Really delighted to be talking to PRCATV today about media relations. Absolutely passionate about it. Interestingly, 3 PRCA related events inspired me to talk to you. First of all, I went to a new business, Future of New Business seminar hosted with some of the members last year, and clients were saying that actually getting results and hiring the right agency who's going to get you the right kind of results is almost business critical for them now, and it can be a real career maker or breaker. The second event that I went to was one of your HR forums. Really interestingly, the paper review and the fact that agency bosses don't back the paper review enough. And that's where teams really learn the craft of tearing newspapers apart, seeing which freelancers should be on their radar, which trends and product pages they should be targeting, how the city desks are moving around. Actually, if agency bosses aren't directing that properly and really supporting teams in learning their craft in terms of media targeting, that's a really big problem too. And the third was a really interesting breakfast I had with a couple of clients, and they're in the comms division of a very large newspaper group. They frequently get phone calls and press releases from other PR people, which again is a real problem, and not the fault of the exec or the account manager sending the press release or making the call. It's the fault of the agency boss who isn't taking media relations seriously. So I think in principle, media relations, the landscape of media relations and what that entails with the whole world of social today has probably changed significantly since the PRCA was started in 1969. But the principle of how important it is, the importance of really researching who you're targeting, where and when, and you're only as good as your last story, as Launch PR, who I work for as an agency with a project mindset, knows well. The importance of engaging with journalists, particularly in this age of multi-channel content where journalists in general are needing to be generalists, they're moving around more, newspapers are smaller in size in terms of supplements shrinking, there's more pressure on people to produce extra content. How are PR people really getting out there, meeting journalists and creating content that's interesting and compelling and creative for journalists to run with? I'm really enjoying what we do. I think some of the most successful PR people I've ever worked with, and I've had the privilege to work with many, there's such a buzz of getting really fantastic media coverage for clients, and it's never been more important than now. So actually getting great media coverage still gets me out of bed in the morning. There is nothing like it. Actually, in many ways, there's less excuse these days for PR people getting it wrong. We've got great tools called Kana, Precise, Factiva, and actually channels like Twitter, which journalists use frequently, almost open up a journalist's little black book to us, where we can really see who's influencing them and therefore which online influencers we should be targeting to really get our stories heard by the channels that matter. In my day, I sound ancient now, we were in a situation where it was all about reading the papers carefully and shredding them, calling in back copies. It was a much more inexact science, but there are now the resources out there for us to really help our teams get the results they need to get, but keeping our second very important group of clients, journalists and online influencers, happy too. What's really exciting about the talent that's coming through the doors today is that we've got a hungry generation of publicists who really get it. So actually, whether people are looking well connected on LinkedIn, whether they're looking super sociable on Facebook, or they're engaging with journalists or influencers, they really feel passionate about targeting on Twitter. Actually, we're dealing with a generation who really gets social, and that's tremendously exciting. We just now need to give people the training, the tools and the support they need to be fantastic at media relations in a diverse and fast-moving environment today too.